You're not lazy. You're not broken. And you're not imagining this. Something is wrong. Modern life is slowly exhausting your mind. Not through pain, but through overstimulation, meaninglessness, and constant psychological pressure. And the most dangerous part? Feels normal. Today, we're going to expose how modern life quietly damages the human mind, using psychology, philosophy, and uncomfortable truths most people never question. The mind was not built for this world. The human brain evolved for scarcity, short bursts of danger, clear goals, direct consequences, real social connection. But modern life offers the opposite. Endless information, artificial urgency, constant comparison, no clear finish line. Your brain is operating in an environment it was never designed for. Neuroscientist Daniel Levitin explains, the human brain can only process a limited amount of information before performance degrades. Yet we scroll, refresh, consume without rest. Not because we want to, but because the system rewards distraction. Dopamine overload and mental fatigue. Every notification, every short video, every swipe, it releases dopamine, the motivation chemical. But dopamine is not pleasure. It's anticipation. And when anticipation never resolves, the mind becomes restless, anxious, and numb. Psychologist Dr. Anna Lemke, author of Dopamine Nation, warns, a society flooded with dopamine-inducing stimuli becomes a society less able to tolerate pain, boredom, or effort. This is why silence feels uncomfortable, focus feels exhausting, stillness feels unbearable. The mind is overstimulated, yet underfulfilled. The tyranny of constant comparison. Never in history have humans compared themselves to millions of others. Daily, we compare bodies, careers, relationships, lifestyles, but we're comparing our behind-the-scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. Social psychologist Leon Festinger introduced social comparison theory in 1954, stating, humans determine their own worth based on how they stack up against others. Modern platforms exploit this instinct relentlessly. The result? Chronic dissatisfaction. You're not unhappy because your life is bad. You're unhappy because someone else's looks better, even if it's fake. Meaningless busyness and the empty self. Modern life keeps people busy, but not fulfilled. Emails, meetings, deadlines, endless tasks. Yet, at the end of the day, many feel strangely empty. Philosopher Viktor Frankl wrote in Man's Search for Meaning, when a person cannot find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. Busyness becomes a distraction from existential discomfort. People don't lack motivation, they lack meaning. And without meaning, effort feels pointless. Section 5. The loss of solitude. Solitude used to be natural. Now it's rare. Every quiet moment is filled. Podcasts, music, social feeds, but solitude is not loneliness. It's where identity forms, values stabilize, thoughts become clear. Psychologist Carl Jung believed, loneliness does not come from having no people around, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important. Modern life removes solitude and replaces it with noise. The mind never finishes a thought. Why anxiety feels normal now? Anxiety used to signal danger. Now it signals uncertainty overload. Endless choices, unclear futures, unstable identities. Psychologist Barry Schwartz calls this the paradox of choice. The more options we have, the more anxiety and dissatisfaction we experience. Modern life offers infinite options but no guidance. So the mind stays alert, always scanning, never resting. Anxiety becomes the background noise of existence. The ego is constantly under attack. Your sense of self used to be stable. Now it's fragile. Likes, views, validation all feed the ego. But the ego is not designed for constant evaluation. Philosopher Alain de Botton explains, we are vulnerable to humiliation on a scale never before experienced. The result? People curate personas, hide insecurity, fear judgment. Authenticity becomes risky, and the mind suffers under the weight of performance. Why rest no longer feels restful? Even rest has become productive. Optimize your sleep. Maximize your downtime. Recover efficiently. Rest is no longer about peace, it's about preparation. This keeps the nervous system activated. The body lies down, but the mind stays alert. Burnout becomes invisible until it's overwhelming. The consequences no one sees coming unchecked. This lifestyle leads to emotional numbness, chronic anxiety, identity, confusion, loss of motivation, not dramatic collapse, but slow erosion. People don't break. They fade. They lose curiosity. They lose depth. They lose themselves. And they call it adulthood. Seeing clearly again. The solution isn't quitting modern life. It's understanding it. Clarity reduces suffering. You don't need more motivation. You need fewer illusions. Illusions like, more will fix this. Everyone else has it figured out. I'm behind. Awareness restores agency. As philosopher Jiddu Krishnamurti said, it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. Closing, strong, quiet, memorable. If modern life feels heavy, it's because it is. Not because you're weak, but because you're human. And the first step toward freedom is seeing the system clearly. That's what TruthLens exists for. Not to escape reality, but to understand it.